How we doing today, YouTube? D-Ski from D-Ski Grillz back with another cooking video. And today, we are up before the roosters crow, folks. We have a 22-pound Kurobuta pork shoulder that we're gonna make today on the Old Hickory Pits ASMM. Can't wait to do this video, folks. This is going to be probably anywhere from 12 to 14 hours. This baby is absolutely massive. All we're gonna do when we cook this baby, we're gonna use two seasonings. It's gonna be the It's Incredible, and it's gonna be the Texas Best Rib Rub. So I'm really excited about this. We're gonna get this baby prepped. I'll bring you in close and show you this massive pork shoulder that we have. But let me just give you a view from where you're at. Look at this thing, folks. All right, this is gonna take a minute. This is awesome Kurobuta American pork. And I bought it from Snake River Farms. So we'll talk more about that, and I'll definitely put a link in the description. But you know what we'll do? I'll take you to the cutting board. I'll show you step by step how we're gonna season. We'll go out and get that Old Hickory Pits up to temperature. You've seen that done before. We're cooking at around 250 degrees. And in the meantime, we'll just let this baby get done when it says it's done, okay? We're looking for awesome pulled pork, so you know we wanna get around 200 to 205 degrees. We wanna have pull apart pork. We're gonna bring this baby in, get it wrapped, so you'll get a chance to see this thing as it just kind of morphs into these awesome pulled pork. So I can't wait to show you that. And at the very end, we'll pull this pork apart, close this video out. I want to thank you as always for joining me, and let's get cooking. Okay, folks, we're back. So I just want to bring you in close with this massive Kurobuta pork shoulder that we have today and just show you the sheer size. So again, there's the specs on it. I got it from Snake River Farms, and hopefully you can see that it is a 22-pounder. So you'll see it right there. And what we're gonna do is get this big baby opened up real quick and start the seasoning process. So let's get started on that right now. Tons of marbling. Again, I'll put the link into the description, but you can see what I had to do is thaw this baby. It came shipped frozen solid. I put it right in my refrigerator and let it thaw for 5 days, okay? So you have your fat cap on the backside, tons of marbling throughout on the top. I mean, this thing's gonna be amazing. So we'll get it cut open real quick and then start the seasoning process. Okay, y'all, so here she goes. Let me show you the back. Nice fat cap. We'll do a little trimming, not much at all though. We're gonna go ahead and let this baby be great. That's what it wants to be today. So I'll trim it up just a little bit, maybe cut this off to make sure we cook evenly. So this will just burn. So we'll get this cut off. We may bring the fat cap down, but to be honest, it looks like it's at a really good height right now. So I don't think there's any trimming that needs to be done here. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, folks. I'll get this piece cut off, you know, and you see what I mean. This will just burn during the cooking process, and then we'll get back together when it's time to season. Okay, so we'll get a generous amount of mustard. Start working that in. Okay, folks, then we're gonna come first with the It's Incredible, and we're gonna go heavy with that. $22 pounds of pork, you know it can handle it. And now with the Texas Best Rib Rub. Now we'll do the exact same thing to the other side, but I just want to show you this is how we're going to season it. And what we'll do next, folks, is get that grill up to temperature. So I've already started up the Old Hickory, but if you remember, this thing takes about an hour to get up to temperature. So once it gets up there, we will be adding this awesome 22-pound pork shoulder to it. So really excited about this cook. You can see just how massive this pork shoulder is. Man, I can't wait to see the final result. So I'll meet you guys outside when it's time to put this pork shoulder on. Okay, folks, we're back. We'll do a quick walk around. As you can see, we're at 240 degrees on the Old Hickory Pits ASMM. Look at our beautiful pork shoulder. This thing has been hanging out for about 3 hours now. It's time to go ahead and get it on the pit, okay? So I'm gonna back it up right about here. And we are now at my favorite part of the video, and that's let's get cooking. Let's get this baby opened up, folks. This is going to be absolutely amazing. We definitely want to get in and out to maintain our temp. And here she is, this beautiful 22-pound pork shoulder. We're going to go on the top rack today. Slide it back. And what you don't know is that we're also going to cook 12 slabs of ribs, but this video is all about this pork shoulder. So I'm going to get it shut down to maintain the temp. We're going to go ahead and get some smoke added to it, and we can do that together now. Okay, folks, so I would imagine our charcoal is definitely starting to ash down quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and get it pulled out. Yeah, it is definitely time to get some wood added. Let's do that now. We'll also add a little more of the lump charcoal. My focus right now is to go ahead and start infusing this with this pecan wood flavor. So we're going to get one log added here. And see if we can't get one more in here. It might work. Gotta do some juggling here. Let's work on it, folks. We'll get it. All right, we'll check this out, see if we can't get it shut down that way. Really excited because now we're going right off into the wood fire cooking, start infusing these babies, and we'll get back together, folks, in a couple of hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours, and see how this cook is coming along. Our bark will take at least a few hours to set. At that time, we'll start spritzing. Okay, folks, we're back. We're about 2.5 hours into this cook. You see the temperature is right at around 235 degrees. Well, that is solely because since then I've opened the grill a few times and I've added 13 slabs of ribs. So you'll see ribs when we get this opened up, but I definitely want to check in on this awesome pork shoulder and see how this thing is coming along. So we'll do it really quick, open it up, and get it shut back down. Really excited about this one. Look at this, folks. Let's back it up real quick. I tell you what, we'll put on the whole show. First off, I hope you can see that pork shoulder. It is coming along. That bark is setting. We're going to start spritzing in the next 30 minutes. There it is. Here's our ribs. I'll just show you real quick what we got going on. All right. Sweet, sweet. We're going to shut it back down to make sure we don't lose our heat. It's coming along well. This pork shoulder has a great color on it. See you guys in a bit. Okay, folks, we're back. It's been another hour later. It's time to do a magnificent spritz job. We're going to try to move fast and get everything spritzed and shut back down. So we can do that right now. Starting with our first rack and our beautiful shoulder. Look at that wonderful, wonderful shoulder. We're going to get some, get that thing spritzed down. The whole idea is to try to get in and out to try not losing your heat. You can see this thing has a bark out of this world. Look at that. Okay, next rack. Coming along well also. Done. We'll get that done. Coming on out now with our next rack. All of our ribs are looking really good. Now our ribs need to take on more smoke. They have at least another hour and a half before they come out and get wrapped. The pork shoulder probably has about 2 or 3 more hours. I got to figure out what's going on with this spritzer. It's actually coming out pretty slow, but that's okay. It's getting done. Okay, folks, so here's what we got going on. We'll shut her back down. Get back with you guys when it's time to wrap this awesome pork shoulder. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, folks, we're back. We're about 5 hours into this cook. As you can see, we're holding at around 235 degrees right now. Definitely want to show you how this pork shoulder is going. But what I want to show you first is how we added the Maverick XR50 And what we did, folks, is we just made sure to go ahead and start monitoring our temps. So you'll see that 141, that is the left side, or the pork butt side of the whole shoulder. The other one is 128 degrees, and that is the shank, okay? So wanted to make sure we monitored both sides so we get it pulled at the right time. So we're looking for around 160, 165 like you would on a brisket, and then we're gonna get it pulled and we're gonna get it wrapped. Now in the meantime, we'll probably be pulling these ribs out maybe in the next 30 minutes and making sure that we go ahead and start wrapping those. So I'll open it up really quick, let you see how the butt, that's the one we're really focusing on for this video, but you'll get a chance to see how the ribs are coming along as well. Okay, wonderful color you can see on the ribs. Let me let you see this butt. Look at this thing, folks. This is beautiful bark we've set already, okay? So I need to get this thing spritzed. I'll do that right now, but I definitely want to show you how this awesome thing is coming along. There's our two probes. There's for our butt. This side is for our shank, okay? So that's what we got going on. Had to put these hot gloves on just to be able to move this grill grates in and out. But we'll put that back, get it shut back down. We'll get together when it's time to meet at the cutting board. I'll see you guys in a bit. So we're gonna go ahead now and get this beautiful, beautiful hunk of pork over. Look at this wonderful bark we've achieved. Folks, this thing is set and ready to go, okay? Now, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get this added. What you see here is the fat, because I cooked it fat side down to protect the meat. So when I tried to slide this 22-pound baby off, some of the fat just rolled off the bottom, okay? So let's go ahead and get this added to the butcher paper. Gracious alive, this thing is so heavy. Okay, so here this baby is. So the idea, folks, is we're gonna go ahead and introduce lard to this cook, okay? We wanna build up more flavor. So we're gonna add a ton of lard to this thing. What I'll do is move it over real quick. I did something wrong. Let me move it over and then we'll bring it right back to the frame, okay? So we wanna go with this side. This is the top side, our bark that we worked so hard to get in shape. And we're gonna go ahead and put this lard down on the bottom. So let's get that in place really quick. We want a nice amount of that lard on the bottom, right here. And then all we're gonna do, folks, is we're gonna lay this pork shoulder right on top of that lard. All right, so that's the idea. And then we'll get it wrapped really tight, get it back out there, and let it go until it reaches around 210, maybe, I don't know, okay? I mean, I want it to be pull apart because we're going after pulled pork with this thing. So I'm not really sure how long it's gonna be, but when it's actually probe tender, we'll know when it's time, okay? All right, so we'll go with this amount right now. Bring the shoulder back into the frame and go with our bark down. So I don't know how the bottom look. You're seeing it before me. Okay, oh yeah. That's all the fat I was talking about, folks. Look at all that. Goodness gracious alive, this meat looks wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna try to preserve this bark. I'm gonna start the wrapping process now. Let me move this down a little bit. Okay, definitely wanna make sure I get this right. Okay, here we are. Let's remember where we're at, okay? Bark side down is where we're at right now. Bark side up now. This paper's not behaving. We're gonna go bark side down again. And we'll get this closed off here. Bark side down. Okay, and then we will fold up under here on this side. And on this side. Okay, so we got bark side down. We're going right back into the smoker, folks.
and we're gonna finish this cook up just how you see it. We have this awesome lard at the bottom. We're gonna continue to put rich flavor. We're shooting, like I said, for 203 degrees. We'll get our probes back in like we did before. So I'll put one here on the butt side and one here on the picnic side. And once we reach over around 200 something degrees, we'll start probing for a tenderness. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, folks, we are back 14 hours later, and now we're at the cutting board. I probed this awesome pork shoulder, and it probed just effortlessly. So what we're gonna do now is the most important part, and that is the resting part. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it, put it in the cooler for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we'll get back together and check out the final product. So it'll definitely be dark. We started in the dark, and we're gonna finish this baby in the dark. So I can't wait to show you the final product. We'll be checking it out somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock my time. But let's go ahead and wrap this real quick. And all we're gonna do is put our towel right here, tightly right there. Bring it back on the other side again. What we wanna do is tuck up under. We wanna protect this baby. Keep this heat in. Man, I tell you, this thing is moving. It's so tender. It's so tender. I can just tell by the way when I handle it. And here. All right, I'm gonna drop it in the cooler. I'll see you guys in about 3 or 4 hours. Okay, folks, we are back. Checking out the final product of our whole pork shoulder made on the Old Hickory Pits Ace MM. Folks, can't wait to unveil this thing and show you what it's all about, but we're gonna talk about what we did first. First, we started off with a 22-pound whole pork shoulder. So that is the butt, that is also the picnic, and we had the shank. Just one massive 22-pound hunk of pork, okay? What we did, folks, we seasoned it with the It's Incredible and also the Texas Best brisket rub. From there, folks, we went on to the Old Hickory Pits Ace MM. We cooked this baby until it reached about 170 in the butt and around 165 in the picnic. At that time, we brought it in. We wrapped it in butcher paper, but we added lard, okay? So we added lard and we put this baby face side where the bark had been built down on the lard, wrapped it in the butcher paper, back to the grill it went. After that, folks, we pulled this baby out once it reached around 210 in the picnic and around 208 in the butt, all right? I wrapped it in this towel. It sat in the cooler for 3 hours. Now it's time to unveil and see what we got here, okay? So let's do that now. This thing is still steaming hot. This probably was a perfect chance to go ahead and do a 10 to 12 hour rest, but we did 4 hours. And I think that's good enough. 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so we're gonna get this out of here. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and transfer this into a tray right now because I'm anticipating juices going all over the place. All right, so we'll bring the tray into the frame. Here she is. I wrapped this in foil when we put it back on the pit because my butcher paper wasn't long enough and I was concerned that I may lose juices, so that's the reason for the foil. All right, folks, let's get this baby taken off and see what we are working with, okay? This thing is piping hot. Oh my goodness, it's pull apart. This is ridiculous, I can tell already. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over. Oh God, it is everywhere. It's exactly what you want to, okay? Let's get this thing. Gosh, it's just pulling apart everywhere. I want you to see tenderness. Look at this thing. All right, you're talking about for some pulled pork. This is what it's all about. Check this thing out, folks. This baby is done right. It's already fallen all apart. Here's our shank bone. Okay, you see the bark we were just talking about, all right? This side right here, of course, is our pork butt. You already know when it's tender. Look at that, okay? When that bone comes out clean, this thing is tender as can be. So we'll get that to the side. Now, you got the money muscle over here. This is the best part of the shoulder. Look at this, folks. We wanted pulled pork. I think we got some pulled pork. Here's that beautiful money muscle. Let's give this a taste test and close this baby out. This may be the best pulled pork I've ever had in my life. I'm telling you, this is unreal. I gotta wake my wife up and try this and let her try this. This is ridiculous. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let others know what D-Ski Grillz is up to. And as always, at D-Ski Grillz, grilling is not a pastime, it's a passion. One more bone for you. Check this out. What do you think, folks? You think this baby is tender or what? This is absolutely amazing. I'll catch you on the next one. Wolverine time. Let's go.